See, they wonder why we call the so-called white man the devil. Either you the devil or you, let me give you some history, because you might not be a devil. You might actually be different. You want to know how you start an industrial revolution? With over 200 years of free slave labor, that's how you do it. Oh, wait. No, we're not going to wait. You either going to kiss these boots or we mashing. I need another devil up here. Salakia. Well, then you can go on down the block. Look, they want to blame rap music. Come on, let me talk to you. Salakia, go ahead.
Hold on, you missed the question?
Right, exactly.
You don't, so you don't agree with slavery? Okay, give him a hand. That's good. Good. So let me ask you, were you a Democrat, Republican? What are you? And if you're independent, okay, give him another hand. Okay, so you a free thinker. You one of the free white people thinkers. Okay, all right. So now, let me ask you a question. Do you think what happened with slavery with your people, that it should be some kind of that you would be sorry, that you should be sorry for what happened to our people, and there should be some type of judgment for that? Okay, Yashima, you got it.
So I was too busy running my mouth. So you're sorry for what happened to my people, right? If you got that scripture in John? Read what you got.
1 John chapter 3. Verse 18, my little children, let us not love in word.
So when you say I'm sorry, let us not love in words. Words don't mean a whole lot. Read on.
Neither in tongue.
I love you and I'm sorry doesn't mean anything. Read on.
But indeed,
your actions have got to manifest that you're actually sorry for what's happened to the blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
That's right.
You agree with that? So let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed. Let your actions speak for you. We're going to see if you really are as different as you seem, because we having dialogue. We're going to see if you really are a different kind of so-called white man. You know what scripture I want? In a second, I'm going to ask you to show an act of humility, because wouldn't you say that the so-called black man, Latino man, and Native Indian man has been humbled here in this country? Their women have been raped. Isn't that humbling? We've been put in chains and forced to build this country on our backs.
That's right.
We're less than 13% of the population and majority of the prison population. That's pretty humbling, right? If you truly are sorry, we're going to see. We're going to ask you for an act of humility. We're going to see if this so-called white man is different. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 49, verse 23. And kings shall be thy nursing father.
So you accept the tenets of karma, right? What goes around comes around. It's kind of I hear white people say this is a universal thing. Our kings were nursing fathers here, right?
That's right.
They built everything that they were commanded to build by your forefathers. Read on.
And their queens thy nursing mothers.
And your queens will be our nursing mothers.
That's
just like
right.
our Israelite sisters were your nursing mothers. What goes around comes around. I'm sorry, I'm talking to you, Mr. Independent. What is your name? I want to have real dialogue with you. My name is Yashimar. What's your name? Sky. Okay, Sky. We're going to find out if in fact you are different, Sky. Because you said you were sorry. We're going to find out. So our Israelite woman nursed your children. The so-called black woman. You familiar with that history? You're not familiar that the so-called black woman literally used to suckle little white babies on her breast and raise them up? You never heard of that? No sweat. You just heard it here today from a prophet of the Lord.
That's right.
Ayundabar. Read on.
They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth.
Now, let me ask you something. You see this flag down here? You know what that flag represents? You don't? This is a rebel flag. You understand? This flag represents the oppression of blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Sky, if you really are sorry, would you come step on this flag? Give him a hand. Give the Most High a hand clap. Give the Most High a hand. He's seeming different. He seems real different. No, just stand on it. Don't get off it. Just stand on the Sky. Get the Most High a hand clap, because he seems different. You're a credit to your race, because unlike the other so-called white people, it seems like you're going to do what you say you're going to do. You're not just a talker. You know the so-called white man had over 177 treaties with the Native Indians? He broke every last one of them. So we're going to see if you're different than your forefathers. So our Israelite woman was your nursing mother. What goes around comes around. We've already established that. Read on.
They shall bow down to thee with their face to the earth.
So if you truly are sorry for what's happened to blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, you'll bow down to these prophets of the Lord with your face toward the earth.
That's
if
right.
you really truly are sorry.
That's right.
Sky, you said it.
Yeah, I only bow to one.
What's one? Well, imagine he's up there and bow. Go ahead. Let's see it. What's that, Sky? What that mean? So like it, sir, permission to seek and destroy. Where's my captain at? So like it, Sky, you say you only bow to one. Please explain that to me. What does that mean? Well, let me ask you this: did the so-called black man have to bow to your people when he was enslaved? I understand that you didn't do it. I asked you a question earlier. I asked you, were you sorry for what happened to the blacks, the Latinos, and Native Indians? The words that came out of your mouth is that you are sorry. I asked you another question. Were you willing to show an act of humility? I see you seem different to me, Sky. Oh, that's not enough because we built this country on our backs. You understand what goes around comes around, don't you? Well, look at this like making an investment in good karma. That's what it really is. It's making an investment in good karma. So if you're really sorry for what happened to my people, you would bow down to these prophets of the Lord. I'm not out. What am I doing? Am I asking you to worship us? Am I asking you to give me your woman so I can rape her? Am I asking you to come over here and pick my cotton? Not right now because I'm gonna demand it in a while, but right now I'm saying you said you was gonna show me an act of humility, Sky. You seem different. Now it's time to show if you really are in fact different, or if you're like the rest of your people, devils and deceivers who has destroyed our people.
That's right.
So if you truly are sorry, you bow down before these prophets of the Lord with your face toward the earth. Read that again. Let him hear it again because he think I'm making it up. Let's get it out the Bible if we could real quick. Go ahead.
They shall bow down with their face toward the earth.
So if you really are sorry, you would bow down toward us with your face toward the earth. Come on, Sky. Sky done came this far. That's what the scripture say. Give Sky a hand. He need a little motivation. Come on, Sky. You can do it, Sky. I didn't ask you to worship me, Sky. So let me ask you this. Donald Trump being able to call my brothers a bunch of sons of BITs, what's that? Isn't that humbling, Sky? You see, now you have to understand something. Forget this. Because, you know, we ain't extending no mercy no more. At the end of the day, this is what it comes down to. My people were destroyed. Your people going to have to pay for what they did. If you're not going to bow down and kiss these boots, well, then I'll see you in slavery then, Sky. Because you're going to pay for what your forefathers have done.
That's right.
Give me Isaiah 14 and 21 real quick. Hold what you got.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children.
Prepare slaughter for his children, read on.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Your fathers have raped, robbed, murdered, and destroyed my people. I can't even turn on the goddamn internet without watching one of my brothers die, and you can't do something as simple as bow down on the flag?
Right.
But every time I get on the internet, I gotta watch one of my brothers die.
That's right.
That's why we call your people devils and deceivers, because you'll say one thing with your mouth, but you won't do what you say with your mouth. I just said you're a credit to your race, when in all actuality, you're just like the rest of them.
That's right.
And this is why there's no such thing as a good white man.
That's right.
This is why there's no such thing as a good white woman. This is why if you love them people, you've got to hate yourselves. Hold on, where you going? Give me Proverbs 28 and 1.
What's his name? Sky? Sky. Hey, Sky. You ain't gotta run away, Sky.
Bring it out.
Come on, Sky. Don't run home crying now, Sky. Come on. You ain't gotta run away. We could disagree. We could agree to disagree, right? Well, that's what I want to ask you about. That's what I really want. I agree you don't have control over what they did, but you do have control over what you do.
Right.
Right? Can we agree on that? Well, this is why, Sky. If I were to rob you today, right, and I take all your property and pass it on to my children, don't my children benefit from the crime that I did? Whoever gets the property benefits from the crime that I did, right? Because it's your property, right, Sky? Don't run off. You're gonna stick with me. Come on, we're having a dialogue. I know you could go home and tell your friends you have black friends now. Come them up, right? If I rob you, if I violate you and take your property and give it to my children benefited from a crime, correct? Well, you benefited from a crime that your forefathers did. That's true. You didn't have control over it. You didn't. And that's why you should feel the same way about your forefathers as we do.
That's right.
Because they put you in a predicament.
That's right.
Now you walking around the earth, you ain't never do a crime, but everybody looking at you like you so goddamn evil.
That's right.
Right? That's a heavy burden, Sky. That's a heavy, heavy burden for you to bear. And I feel your pain. I understand. I fully understand. So now, in order to make it right, Sky,
what would have to happen if I rob you? I would have to now give you back your property. Correct? Are you from Houston? Are you not native born? You from Louisiana? Ooh, doesn't make it any better. Doesn't make it much better. All right. So now, in order for me to make things right with you, I would have to return your property to you. All right, and I would have to be punished for what I did to you. Is that just? Well. So are you saying if I rob you right now, I should not be punished? Come close, I'm not hearing you too well. I had a bad problem with this ear. Explain it to me. Right. He is put to jail, not you, right? But then you have benefited from his crime. You have received stolen property. Today, in America's court system, you get charged for being an accomplice to the crime, right? You understand that? So really, even by your own laws, you are an accomplice to a crime. Like, let's say, for instance, right? You're from Louisiana, right? Do you consider yourself an illegal immigrant? Well, you don't know? You want me to answer it for you? You are an illegal immigrant.
That's right.
You and your family and the rest, your unborn children are illegal immigrants. Because you stole this country from a people who welcomed you and took you in and helped you. Right? Can we agree on that? So now, seeing that this is stolen property and stolen land, can you fully understand that you've benefited from a crime?
Right.
You walking around on stolen property right now, them tiles don't belong to you. Right? So it's stolen property, right? You see what I'm saying now? So wait, now that we see that, can we now meet at this point, Sky, where you can apologize on behalf of your people for what they did, for the crimes they did? Well, I could help you. I could show you exactly what more you could do. This is what God said. This is not me. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Right? You got it? Come on.
They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth.
No, an apology has to be made with a humble and contrite spirit. Right? The Lord said, I prefer that than sacrifice. Like, reparations would be good, but to have the so-called white man on his knees with his face towards the earth before us is biblical.
Right.
That's absolutely biblical. So you saying you don't know what more you could do? It's right here in the Bible what more you can do. Come on, Sky. Well, this is what God said, dude. That's what God said. That's fine. And you know what this shows? This is the proof that God got to put you all to death.
That's right.
This is the proof that God got to bathe the streets of Houston, Dallas, DeSoto. Give me some more. Slocum. This is the proof that God got to bathe the streets of America in the blood of the white man. Because you only sorry because you don't got to face no justice. You put Osama bin Laden to death. You put Saddam Hussein to death. You still pay the Jewish man today for a fake Holocaust that ain't even a real Jew. But you stand before the victims, the survivors are the victims of your forbearance, and you can't do them no solid. God needs to put you all to death, man. Give me Psalms 55. God needs to put you to death quickly, so justice can come. So an air of justice can be felt on the earth, so that the millions of native Indians your forefathers murdered and raped to make you move from Louisiana to Houston, so they can get justice.
That's right.
Hold on, Sky. Let me tell you about yourself now.
The book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 20. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
You see how Sky all soft-spoken and talking all nice? Sky, you go home in Sky apartment is like Jeffrey Dahmer. He got cadavers in the basement. A white man like Sky, that's the type of person he would be. Because you come here with very smooth words. I didn't have nothing to do with it. Yes, I'm sorry, but I didn't have anything to do with it. When Sky, really, you're part of the problem.
That's right.
You are part of the problem. You need to go on and come on out the closet. You need to show that swastika tattoo you got on, that Union Jack on the shirt. You need to pull out your red hat, make America great, and say, woo! Papa! You need to get fully into it, Sky, because... Go ahead, let me hear you out. Say that one more time, Sky. Well, great. Did you go give Osama bin Laden a hug and a kiss? So then you ain't even obeying what you say.
That's right.
Sky, you're a hypocrite, man.
That's right.
Sky, you're a hypocrite. Sky, you're a hypocrite. You're a full-out hypocrite. I ain't see you going and hugging all them Arabs that drove the Home Depot truck into them people in New York. They enemies, right? All right, Sky, right or wrong? Right or wrong? See, this is Sky really represents white American white supremacy. That there's no getting along with him. You can't make straight what the Lord done made crooked. You understand? A leopard can't change his spots, man. Sky, you are the devil. Your people are the devil. And America is the house of Satan. And God is going to burn this kingdom down, Sky. And that day you're gonna wish you had kissed this boot, man. You're gonna look for this boot, and this boot will not be found, Sky. Sky, you're gonna go home tonight, and this gonna haunt you in your goddamn bed. Your son gonna be born with nightmares of these boots, Sky. The white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of.
Give Captain Shock a hand, man. Listen. Give me Revelation 13 and 9. We finna come down. Salakia, we tried. Hey, let the record reflect. We ain't buying boot kisses out here. Revelation 13 and 9, if you will, read that.
The book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Everybody got ears. Meaning, if you understand that the blacks and Latinos and Native Indians are the true Jews, listen up. If you understand that the so-called white man is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of, listen up. Pay attention. Read on.
Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
The so-called white man led you into captivity. It says he's going to go into captivity. Read on.
He that killeth with the sword
Trayvon Martin.
must be killed.
No, he that killeth with the sword.
He that killeth with the sword.
Sandra Bland.
He that killeth with the sword.
If I keep naming people, we're going to be out here a lot longer.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
No, he might be killed with the sword.
Must be killed with the sword.
But I strongly suggest
Must be killed with the sword.
this is a must. This is justice, black man. This is justice. That's what this is. Read on.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Look, this is what we waiting on, man. And black, before I come down, black, Latino, and Native Indian people can't say God forgot them. You can't say that no more because the Most High has showed up in the form of Commanding General Yohana and these generals, captains, and officers that he's raised up. I'm Officer Yashamar with the ISUPK. We started off at 125th, 1 West Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. If you don't have a head, you don't have a direction. Shalom.